That'll do her. Oh, yeah, now we can go right in. Welcome, everybody, to Woodwire and Watts. I'm Chris.
I'm Adam.
I'm Topher.
We have Topher back. How's it going?
I'm so tired.
I'm
tired all
I'm
the
there
time.
too.
I am tired, too.
At least think of it this way. Doing more things doesn't make you any less tired.
That's a good point.
We should probably explain why we're tired today, because we've mentioned it more than once. What just happened? We just came from a thing, right?
Oh yeah. So we're all three of us in all three of our bands, or all three of my bands, one of each of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're having a birthday party show for me
With that guy.
in July, and we took some pictures today to kind of promote the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah, that's
if you're a local listener,
yeah, come out on July.
July.
Yes.
That's a great show. That's July
My favorite
15th.
month.
July 15th.
July 15 at O'Sullivan's, Fort Wayne. You'll be able to see The Paper Heart, The Last Plane Home, and Minivan Hot Tub performing Topher's greatest hits.
That's right. This is something I promised myself I never do. I always am trying very hard not to get all three bands on a show or have multiple of my bands on a lineup, because I've seen people do that, and it's just weird to me to have when
Well, you get the rough one too, because you're singing for all those.
Yeah.
Yes. Singing, playing guitar, and bass. He's doing all of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been our fun today, and that's why we're gonna be dragging for this episode and next episode.
And plus, I got twins. And it's just they're constantly coming at me, and it's just, I'm so tired.
And Chris ran 7 miles yesterday.
I did run almost 7 miles yesterday, and every part of my body.
I built a bed yesterday.
That's actually probably harder, honestly. Like, from a kit or like, with wood?
Yeah. My neighbor gave me some boards, and I grabbed some boards from work, and I was like, I'm gonna make a new bed for the twins.
Nice.
And it's like a taller one, so I can store stuff underneath, because we're running out of room with all their toys and stuff.
Ooh.
So I'm just like, what if the bed was taller and I just stored everything underneath their bed?
Smart.
Open up some room. We're good.
We did that, and then I figured out I'm old and I don't like to climb up into the bed.
Well, they're young and spry, and they can climb.
Fair enough. And how come you're tired? Were you doing anything? He's a senior citizen.
I'm old, man.
Fair enough.
I'm 107.
You have since the last time we released an episode, you released an album.
I did.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I'll tell you about that. I released a new album, and it is called...
Do you remember?
Wow.
Are you asking us, or do you is this a test?
Yeah, I forgot what happened this year. Last year was Junk Drawer. This year was
Winter Funk.
Winter Funk.
Yeah, I'm in a funk apparently. Yeah, no, I released an album called Winter Funk, and that is available all over the place now. We'll give you a link.
Yep. Will be down below. It was in the last episode as well. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Pretty much
all of those places.
all the services.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
What am I doing? I am getting ready for. Well, it'll be after this now when this comes out. I think.
Oh, we have another show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next
No, we
this
have
weekend,
another show.
next weekend.
All of us have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Playing Record Store Day.
Yes.
That's
Not
right.
together.
No, those
don't
guys.
do that.
Those guys are playing together, and
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm just playing
With
with
himself.
myself.
Yeah.
By which I mean I'm using a looper pedal.
This episode is not going to come out well.
Sorry.
That's okay. No,
Yeah.
it's okay. But before we move on, last week we talked about what we've been up to for like the past year and like projects and stuff, and I think people would like an update about what you've been up to. Like, do you want to talk about anything you're working on?
What am I working on?
Are you working on anything? What's the Paper Heart doing? What about yeah?
There's a whole lot of nothingness. Like, my whole goal is to start doing some recording this year. Like, over the last year, I've acquired a lot of equipment, some new audio interfaces, lots of mics, cables, and everything. I'm trying to rig up my basement for live recordings, like scratch recordings, and then I can mix stuff in after that. But
Nice.
And
it's been weird. Like, I've tried booking I've cut out booking this year, and last year I wasn't doing a whole lot too. But like, coming from the years prior where I was like, constantly playing out every weekend, booking as much as I possibly can. It's weird turning down gigs, and like I can't manage it with the toddlers all the time and trying to find sitters. It's just I need a breather.
Yeah, I understand. That said, we do have 4 shows booked with The Last Plane Home.
It's not a lot though.
Yeah, really, it's not. Yeah. So yeah, that all sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about today, y'all?
Hey,
What-
I have no idea. I
Yes,
have no idea
Adam.
why I'm here.
Ooh. There's no need to cry, but I think we're talking about.
Oh yeah, there's all these wah pedals that are set up in front of me. So I kind of figured that
talking
might
about
be
the
something.
wah. We thought it would be fun to do a whole show on wah pedals.
We should probably actually remember to get a shot of these so that way the audience can see. But yeah,
Good idea.
how do you want to start this? Do we just want to talk about what we got here in front of us, or?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. So what are you playing over there?
So I am playing a Telecaster Strat, a mix-up guitar through a Crybaby.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm playing it through a Vox. I lied.
Okay. What kind of Vox?
some letter and number system. G
Not-
something.
Not a V847.
No,
And
it's
you-
all black. It's the all black one, the cheap one.
Gotcha. You over here playing a Dano 12 string into an actual V847.
That's the fancier version of the Voxwah.
Yeah, yeah, it's the famous one. Yep. I've had a couple myself, and I am playing, looks like a Fender.
You're playing through a Fender, one of their tread something, one of their newer wahs.
Okay, so they still make this one.
Yeah,
This
I'm
isn't
going to
the
be yawning
1991
so much, and I'm
That's
so sorry,
That's
guys.
a current one.
It's okay.
It's got the wood panel like an old station wagon.
I do like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm playing a Base 6 clone, Schecter Base 6 clone through it.
Yes.
Yep. This thing is
It's
sweet.
the Robert Smith one.
Oh,
Or not
really?
it's not the signature one. It's the non-signature version of his signature one.
What amps we got?
Olry's playing through a JC40 Roland, and Topher's playing through a Fender Princeton, and I am playing through a Tone King Gremlin.
Fancy. Okay.
So,
So tell us about some wah this time.
so let's get into it, right? I don't think we need to go deep in the history stuff, but just generally speaking, they came out in the 1960s because somebody thought, hey, let's take the mid-range control from a guitar amp and stick it in a foot pedal.
So are you telling me that if I was to sit and play with a guitar amp here, just the mid-range, it would do the same thing as a wah?
If I had the right kind of amp with a mid-range knob, most of my amps don't have those.
Oh.
The Roland does, but I don't think it's going to do that.
You didn't think this through. Wow.
Do it. Pretty sure it came from a specific type of amp.
No, it ain't doing
It did not do the thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was trying to operate your wah pedal while you're doing it.
God.
Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, I think it was like a specific Voxer Fender or something amp, but I don't remember that part of the history.
That makes a lot.
But
lot more
basically,
sense. Yep.
basically, it is a sweep across the mid frequency, stuck in a pedal. That's what
Okay.
it is.
Cool.
The fun fact is the first one was called the Clyde McCoy wah,
Mm-hmm.
and it was named after a trumpet player.
Mm-hmm.
And no one thinks a wah pedal sounds like
No,
a trumpet.
no,
No.
not at all.
No one.
Well, you know so you guys aren't brass players, but there is a thing.
Yeah, the
thing.
mute.
Yeah, so there's a specific type of mute, and actually a lot of trumpet players will use the bass of a plunger.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
and actually do the mwah, mwah, mwah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I highly recommend not using a used plunger. That's a pro tip right there.
Why even say it?
Yep. And that is a thing you do have to tell high school brass students, by the way. Legitimately.
Oh, God.
Don't use a
Take
used
the plunger
one.
out of your
Is
Buy-
that
parents'
really?
bathroom.
Yes.
No!
Oh.
Yes, buy a new one is a thing you have to tell
Oh my
high school brass
God.
students.
That's real gross.
Yeah, because there's always that one kid that'll show up with without the end of it. Yeah, or bring the whole the
whole with
stick
the
and
wooden
everything.
handle.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So, I thought maybe talk about the difference between wahs. You think?
Okay.
There's, obviously we're all sitting here with a sweepy wah pedal in front of us, but you also have the auto wah
Yes.
and some people who use fixed wahs.
Mm-hmm. The cocked wah sound.
Mm-hmm.
So leaving it just at a certain angle on your pedal board,
Yeah.
and then
Frank Zappa was really well known for doing that, where he would just rather than actually using the wah to wah, he would just find use it almost like an EQ, and he'd find the spot that was kind of the most annoying.
didn't SRV do that too?
Yeah,
Like just leave it at a certain.
because it gives you a mid range
I'll be honest. I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate doing it. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I just want to set my EQ on that or on an EQ pedal, and yeah,
I've done it in a pinch, but yeah.
it's not.
I'm pretty lazy these days, so oftentimes I use an auto wah.
Yeah.
Auto wah's better.
just because then I don't have to do this. It just does it.
It's built into your multi-mod. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you do miss out though, because like Hendrix didn't use it like that, like he did, but like he was using it to like accent phrases and stuff a lot of the times, so it wasn't just rhythm.
So more of a. Yeah, makes sense.
I think that's kind of how I do it. I don't know.
It's one of those, like, once you start actually thinking about it, like, and the next time you go to do it, you're gonna overthink about it. It's never gonna be right again.
I'm just like, whatever my foot's kind of doing, it just does it.
And and there's like a whole genre of movies that wouldn't exist without this. So
there's also the wah pedals that like have volume stuff built in, and I don't know.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I don't know, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so there are some wah pedals that have volume built in. So the Morley Classic, I believe, or Morley 2020.
Yeah, Morley has wah pedals with all kinds of stuff built in, like fuzzes, volumes, distortion. I'm trying to think if they have other effects built in.
You use the Hotone. Hot one? Hot
Not
one.
anymore. You gave me an Ernie Ball one.
Yeah. Did I?
No, I don't thought it was you.
I didn't. Does anybody?
You
make
gave me a
wah?
black one. I don't know.
I've never. Oh, I gave you the Dunlop Mini Crybaby. That's
Yeah,
right.
Dunlop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've never had a Ernie Ball.
I've never seen one.
I don't think they make one. Yeah, no.
Dunlop, Ernie Ball, whatever.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
the Dunlop Mini Crybaby too.
Yeah.
the JHS modded one.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. My favorite is the V847.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, but it is big and it's bigger than my pedal board is now. So
I gotta say, like, I think I hate small wahs.
I know what you mean.
I've had mainly small wahs, and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
That's why I gave you the Dunlop.
get envious of the full size ones.
Anyway, what about I've heard like expression wahs or like,
Yeah.
So
What are
yeah,
they?
Talk about expression pedal. Expressions.
Expression?
Expression.
Espresso pedal.
Espresso pedals. Yeah. So we're not going to demonstrate one of those because it's kind of useless to demonstrate it. And I can't say it now. Expression pedal.
It would be useless to demonstrate it without another thing that it's plugged into.
Yeah.
Right.
So an expression pedal is a MIDI. Well, it's usually MIDI, isn't it? Or is it just voltage controlled?
It's how it's kind of, I think it's just voltage control is how it would run, I guess. But an expression pedal is literally just like the same kind of pedal as a wah or
Like
a
it's
volume or anything as a sweep.
same look, but not actually a
but
wah.
yeah, you basically any kind of other guitar pedal or effect that has a expression pedal input, you can plug that in, and then whatever parameters that manufacturer or pedal is allowed to control with that, you can do that. Some brands let you control pretty much any of the things you want on it with that. So it's kind of like having, instead of a knob that's on the pedal, now you get to control that value with your foot, which can be super useful.
So, for example, if you had an auto wah pedal with an expression input, you could put the expression into it, and it would create a manual wah, for example. The Boss AW3 will do that. You can actually use your auto wah sound as a manual wah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can take an auto wah and make it into a
manual.
wah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. It's also useful like some delay pedals have like an expression in, and then you can change like the number of repeats, or you can change the speed, so you
Or
can
delay
do
time.
those crazy like speed shift sounds by just sweeping the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a slow one today, guys.
This is a slow one.
This is what happens when we do this later on the day. This is always what happens. We've tried it before. Later
You're
on
right.
in the day,
You're right.
we drag.
You're right.
So next week we are going to talk about getting started, newbie tip kind of things for pedal boards, and how to go about putting your first things together and such.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. With that said, until next time, guys, tune up.
Crank the volume.